Okay, today's project, we are going to start our assembly of the trailer hitch as you see on the screen. We have the receiver. This might be on a tractor, maybe a hay wagon hitch here, a tongue, pin to lock the two together, and a cotter pin to keep the pin from bouncing out. Uh, what we'll do is okay, let me get it together now. What we will do is we are going to design the four individual components. From there, we'll create an assembly file and add joints in motion to that assembly file. So the motion will be looking at the wagon will be able to revolve around as if the tractor were turning or whatever. Um, the pin will slide in and out, and the cotter pin will slide on and off. So that's our final project. Now, let's get started on our four components. So we're going to start with the tractor, the single point hitch. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is new canvas, create new component. I'm going to name mine the receiver. Actually, I'm going to name it single point. Underscore point underscore hitch. Okay, I'm going to create a sketch. Front back plane, create a center rectangle, 50 by 50. So 50 millimeters by 50 millimeters, enter. There's my shape. Hit E to finish the sketch and extrude. I'm going to extrude it 150 millimeters. Okay, new body, looks good. Now I'm going to create my second sketch. We're once again going to go to the front back plane, turn on construction, and draw a 60 millimeter construction line off the front in the center point of my design. That should be along the x-axis, and that's 60 millimeters. There we go. Pull that out of the way, turn construction off. I want to draw two 12 millimeter lines, one up, one down, so they're vertical. There's the one up. And there's one down. I'm going to drag this out of the way. Now I want to connect these lines to the end of my design. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a taper from the full body of the tube on the hitch. It's going to taper down to a more narrow 24 millimeter tongue. All right, open the line tool again. Connect, and actually I'm going to go on down to the corner and draw mine. And I need to connect these points. I thought I was doing that already. Escape, and I have an enclosed shape that I can extrude now. All right, make sure your shape is enclosed along the edge of your existing design. Let's hit E, finish sketch, and extrude. I'm going to take it over, negative 50 millimeters. All right, join, looks good. Click OK. So that is a join. All right, now I'm going to create a sketch on the front face of my extended design here. I'm going to draw a rectangle, and it's going to be 50 by 24, which will match the surface size there on the front. Okay. And we are going to end up extruding this another 60 millimeters. So let's go E, home position. 60 millimeters is extrude. We're joining once again. Click OK. All right, so I got the basic shape of the receiver there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start cleaning up some of these corners. So the first thing I want to do is I want to round off these corners here. We're going to add a 20 millimeter fillet. So there's my fillet tool. Let's drag this out of the way. I'm going to select this corner and this corner, and I'm going to add a 20 millimeter fillet. All right, and we're going to take off those rectangular edges there. This will give us a better range of motion when joining with wagon hitch. Okay, now these edges are kind of rough, so we are going to add a 5 millimeter fillet to these edges. So let's go fillet, and let's start selecting our edges. Get that top edge. Where's that? There's the bottom corner over there. Here, here, here. There's one. Move this back out of the way. This should, yep, go all the way around. And that looks pretty good. Let's add the 5 millimeters. And there we are. Okay, looks good. Click OK. Now, we're going to add a hole both here and here. This allows us to interchange our parts by adding a hole back here. This will be the connection point with the where we'll snap our joints with the tongue of the trailer. All right, so let's create a sketch. Well, I'm going to do the back hole first. We're going to create a sketch on the right, on this side of our design. I'm going to create a construction line. I'm going to come in 40 millimeters. Actually, that's too far. It's 30 millimeters. Click enter. Yep, good. Turn construction off. I'm going to create a 20 millimeter circle there. All right, that's all I need in that sketch. Let's hit E to finish sketch and extrude. Select our hole. Let's drag it through. Cut away the material and click OK. All right, yeah, we got a hole in there. Now, our next sketch is going to be on the top face of our tongue here. Click. We're going to need construction on. Line tool. Find the center point here, should be the axis. Click. We're going to come down from that top line 20 millimeters. Enter. That endpoint will serve as the center point for our 20 millimeter circle, diameter circle. Turn construction off, center diameter circle. From the endpoint, 20 millimeters. Enter. Hit E, finish sketch. We're going to extrude. Select the circle. Let's pull it down. Cut my hole. Good. Click OK. All right, so I have holes there. Now, I want to put a little fillet, 1 millimeter fillet on each edge of these holes. There's one. And that up with 2, 3. Where to go? There it is. 4. 1 millimeter. Click OK. And this project, component 1, the receiver, is done. The next video will be for the trailer, the tongue on the wagon. Okay, so I'll see you shortly.